Hello and welcome back to Let's Play All Games, and welcome back to Unrest or Ashanti in Hindi. And this is a Indian made RPG, and in the first video we were basically introduced to the game. We are playing as multiple characters here. We first saw the viewpoint of a 12-year-old girl who is the heir to the throne of the Bhimra Empire. Now, so far what we've gathered about the story is this kingdom of Bhimra is going through a bad time. There are famines, there's no rainfall, and people are starving. Now, in order to help out the situation, they have contacted the neighboring Naga Empire, which is these guys, so snake people. And the snake people, or the Naga, have sent their ambassador, Chitra, to negotiate terms. Now, what these people want is to send their skilled professional immigrants here, and they will be living in the slums. The deal has been for 100 such people, craftsmen, etc. And the problem seems that there is an anti-Naga sentiment in the slums, led by a priest called Ranveer. Now, we have shown a bit of, diplomatic, polite manner, and we were supposed to go and see the slums ourselves with the king and queen. So let's find out. So let's continue here, and I think we'll have to go and talk to our people back in the gardens. Okay, who is this Kalyan? We haven't spoken to him yet. Let's talk to him. Have you been long in the city? As long as you know to give the slums a white bird, there are many fine things to see here. Walk might be in order after the treaty signed, yes? Okay, let's be polite about it. You got the food we need to keep ourselves alive. All you have to do is go in there and throw that in their faces, and they'll give you whatever you want. Or go down history as the royals that doomed us all. I doubt it'll be that straightforward. Okay, so we've already done this part. We should have spoken to him earlier. I suppose you'll find it. Just remember that whatever we grant you today, Bhimra will always have more to offer. Personally, I'm looking forward to a long and mutual beneficial friendship. Okay, so this guy is just servant, palace guard, get down here, another guard, more guards, let's go down here. Stairs are the difficult part for Mr. Snake here. He can slither. Okay, this is Yogesh. Now let's not talk to him right now. These guys were a bit weird. The woman especially was quite rude. Come on, move, Snake. Move, man. Okay, so Ria, let's talk to Ria. We're going to go with them into the slums. Are you sure about this? Okay, let's go with diplomatic. No, let's go with the royals are going with me. But you are being defended by mercenaries. What if someone else buys them out? The only royal family and nobles are wealthy enough to retain mercenaries. All of them are in favor of this deal. Let's be light-hearted. Neither do I, but either I live or history remembers me forever. That's a better deal than many of us will get. And this is actually a better answer. Like, if something happens to him, then clearly things will not go down well with the Naga people or the Bhimra, because if they can't, tolerate the ambassador, then how will the immigrants be? So let's do this. That's not what I mean. I mean I can't shake the feeling that nothing we just did matters. Feel like when they tell the story of Bhimra and the Naga Empire 100 years from now, they'll spend a breath on what Chitra accomplished at the party before moving to the great, vast, and terrible inevitability. And I'm afraid neither of our peoples are going to anything to prevent it. I know, I'm sorry. Please let us gather the retinue together and go home. Okay, so the deal was signed later that night. 2 months later, Chitra would venture out with the royal family, the court spy Vijay, and a contingent of the Captain Sham's mercenaries to serve as bodyguards. Only Vijay and the mercenaries would return. Oh, so Chitra got killed. Acting in chaos, Vijay gathered support from the nobles to form a temporary ruling council with him at the head. Sham was charged with keeping further riots at bay. Unruly outlying farms would be managed by the recently widowed noblewoman Lakshmi. Oh, Yogesh got killed as well. Ranveer would represent the interest of the priests and the slums. To appease the Naga Empire, Ria was appointed Minister of Trade. Months passed, the temporary council failed to dissolve. Whispers of foul play faded, and still the monsoon failed to return. Okay, so rest in peace, Mr. Chitra. So he got killed. Even the royal family got killed. So Chitra, royal families, Vijay and Captain Sham's. So Vijay and the mercenaries returned. So Captain Sham was dead as well, it seems. Chitra and the royals. So the anti royal sentiment. So he's dead already. We've already killed our first person. Loner. You are Tanya, a peasant 15 years old. Tanya sometimes catches word of what's happening in the other villages, and it's never good. Merchants arrive with rumors of open revolt only to whisper husband hushed warnings about spies within the populace, watching and waiting for any signs of rebellion. However, Tanya's village has not seen any violence. Lakshmi, the noble woman in charge of the farmlands, has run this village personally ever since the death of her husband. So, Lakshmi. Okay, Lakshmi is Yogesh's wife. Okay. Our soldiers keep one half of the peace and tradition keeps the other. In the midst of this, Tanya is about to be married. It's not long before her future and that of village will be decided. So, what are her traits? Intelligent, only child, loner. Okay, so continue. There you are. Why is it you always mope off alone when Juhi's busy with work? Couldn't you find anyone else to amuse yourself with instead of skittering off into some dark hole like a beetle? Good morning to you. No wonder you and my mother get along. I was just doing some reading. I don't want to go in public because I knew Mistress Lakshmi was returning today. Okay. It's not good for you, you know. You or Juhi, you're both got such small families, so you're going to need to have a lot of friends to help with the little crisis once you've got your own households. I'll try, but somehow it seems to work out for me. I've never been unfriendly to anybody. If they don't like me much, that's their problem. Huh. So let's go with defiant. If you say so. Nobles, they like things real, clean, simple. They like the peasants to do what they are supposed to do when they're supposed to when they're supposed to without any fuss. Because when things are bad, and they have been plenty bad lately, they like knowing that some little thing isn't going to be the fire that burns their fields to the ground. And when it comes to keeping us right, they aren't too subtle. I have a feeling I should have brought a bottle of water with me. You know, your parents wanted to talk to you. I think they've been looking for you all morning. Resign, I will go speak to them. They only both talk to me when it's important. Okay, let's go with the resigned. Okay, let's go with 3. They said they wanted to tell you first, but I think we can both guess what this is going to be. Go on, don't keep them waiting. Okay, so you have to find the parents. This is the city, we are on the outskirts. Your parents. Not much to do here. Traits, okay. Journal, parental mandate. According to Radha, my parents want to see me as soon as possible. Going on past experience, I somehow doubt this will be good news. And what is in the inventory? Wooden elephant, earrings, handful of royal coins. Before the regicide. Okay, regicide was a probably recent thing. Bankamundi, an old battered icon of Bankamundi, protector of livestock. Okay, so these are the parents then? Yep, it's not really a big house with invisible walls. Father, there you are. We've got good news, wonderful news. I know you weren't really looking forward to this day, but I think we've done as well as any parents could. I'm listening. You can just get to the point. We've arranged for you to marry Hanu, the merchant caste boy. If all goes well and Hanu comes into his heritage, you will one day be a merchant's wife. Yeah. That's unbelievable. I've never heard of something like this happening before. Family agreed to marry their son to a peasant. Everyone's happy about this. Okay. Okay, let's be defiant here, because the guy seems to be an idiot. I knew it. I knew that would be the first thing out of the girl's mouth. As if this status didn't matter. As if a wife is powerless to change who her husband is. And no gratitude for the earth and sky we had to move to make this happen. Just the same stubborn rejection she would have given any man we picked. I am sick of this, Tanya. I am sick of death to this, okay? So what, I'm supposed to thank you for betrothing me to the most unliked boy in village? What are you trying to say? Okay, let's be direct here. You have no idea how hard you worked to ensure you a husband who might actually take you away from this village. You don't care how much the thought of marrying you to someone who might take you away to the city broke our hearts. But we did it because times are getting harder, more and more villagers are eating themselves, and we wanted to give you a way out. So if you don't like that way out just because the boy attached is in the most sweetest natured groom in the village, I don't want to hear about it. Okay, so mother is just being a unreasonable person, but she is being reasonable, let's be honest. We already arranged things with the parents. Tomorrow morning we are bringing out dowry out of Lakshmi's vault. Between now and then you are to go to Hanu and straighten out any possible enmity that might exist within the two of you. Be politer to him than you have been to your own parents. Tanya, I'm sorry. Don't apologize to her. Tanya, go. Your father and I need to talk. Resentful. We got an achievement. Okay, who is this? Juhi and uncle. And Naga merchant, Dheer, aunt. He is at the far end of the map. Seriously. Traits. Resentful. Parental mandate. My parents have betrothed me to. Okay, according to Radha. Okay, now I have heard nothing good about the boy, but who knows? Maybe he's not as bad as people say. Okay guys, so all this reading is making me thirsty. I'll go and get some water real quick. You shouldn't notice it. Okay, I'm back. So we go and talk to everybody. Basically, you have a story here. You talk to everybody you can. So let's put the marker on the map and head outside. This is a village, or where are we now? We are here, so we go here. Guard, so up. Move along, girl. Lakshmi is back and she won't be disturbed. Okay. Guess I won't be getting in the way. Okay, so she can't be going here. Hang on, man. So he won't let us go there. So how do we get? Okay, we should have gone through there. Nita, who's Nita? Now let's go back and talk to Nita first. Yep, that's Nita. That woman is smoking a hookah here. So I heard your parents managed to get you betrothed to Hanu. Congratulations, Tanya, you really deserve this. I'm going to assume that's a compliment. Okay, thanks, I suppose. You realize what this means, don't you? You and your children might live in the city someday. The opportunities and connections to someone of merchant caste are, well, a lot more than my husband will ever have. Okay, let's ask this. I don't know, but that's on Hanu's parents, not on him. Once he comes into his own, he may prove himself a fine businessman. He does all the work and the two of you share the reward. Sounds lovely to me. Honestly, no. What was I doing? Something. So we have to go through here. So this is like our friend, only friend, Juhi. Hey, guess who's done with her chores? And guess who's wearing her I just watched a baby elephant die face? You okay? I just saw a baby elephant die. And my family's engaged me to Hanu. They engaged me to Hanu. Can you believe it? I guess I am. I mean, I'm marrying a merchant caste boy. That's good, right? Defiant, direct. Just be direct. What? Are you serious? I mean, guess you should go and talk to him, right? That's what your mother's going to tell you to do. Okay, just talk to him after. Okay, please. So you asked me to know what was going. She insisted I talk to her after speaking with her. Okay, fair enough. There's somebody else here. Uncle. Who's this uncle guy? Can you please talk to your aunt? Sometimes the two of you just understand each other better than I can, and someone needs to explain to her that now is not the time to pester Lakshmi. Oyster food for a wedding feast. What? You don't think I should have my wedding feast? I think we can all agree now is not the time to make Lakshmi angry. I'll talk to her and see how things go. Please do. I can never get through to her when she's like this. So where's the aunt here? Okay, they're always on the other side of the map. Anyway, let's continue. Why do I keep getting to this woman's house? To go through here. Who are these people? Stables. Aside the strongest forces in Pune, you've never ridden a horse before. Yep, leave. Because there is no other option. Naga Merchant. Naga Merchant's card. Just be careful here. Let's talk to the Naga Merchant. Hey, let's saying hello. I'm early. I'm always early to my appointment with Lakshmi, and every time I stand outside waiting, I'm left alone. And a few people ever come near me. I wonder why. Tell me, what do you think I'm capable of? Where I were to tear you apart right here where you stood, how long would I last against your village, your guards? And if I made it back to the city with human blood on my hands, how long before I was torn apart and sold to the markets in pieces? I didn't say it made any sense, sorry. The thing about humans is that you love warriors for your leaders. The king and queen weren't warriors. They talked trade, peace and negotiation. The poorest and the hungriest didn't want to hear that. They wanted murderers. Is this about politics? We don't hear much about the city out here. I thought we were the poorest and the hungriest. It's not hard work, you just want strong leaders. The slums had a gang leader, Jaideep. His men were killers and enforcers. Now the slums have made his gang a militia. He reports to another murderer, Ranveer, a priest who wants the innocent. Innocent Naga refugees in the slums butchered. If you want to see real human leaders, look to them. You just want people to get things done. Sometimes these people are like them. This can't be all of the story. It's never that simple. You know, I've heard rumors about how Lakshmi's husband died. Yeah, how did he die? Seems I'm learning more about humans than I ever wanted to. Was there anything you wanted? I've nothing much to sell you. Most of what's on my card is for Lakshmi. My father is a toy maker. Perhaps you'd like to buy some to sell in the city. No, nothing. Go anything to read. Got anything to read? Well, let's see. I need to see one myself. I'll go get one. So we've taken another quest for no reason. Okay, let's go back to the father and get some trade going. We also need to deal with the aunt and go and talk to that boy. And I don't know who this guy is. Let's get him a car toy. I need to keep an eye on the time. I don't want these videos to be too long. Now that I'm getting the hang of the map and the controls, it's mostly a lot of talking. It's like a sort of like a Telltale type game, if you think about it. You make choices and then that could... Carving something from a block of baobab wood and seems engrossed as well. Okay, let's tell him. One of these should do. Then he motions distractedly towards a small table. You take a small wooden camel from the table. His best piece so far, in your opinion. Okay, now we take this thing. Okay, toy maker. Father, let me take one of his most recent. Oh, this should be good enough to show the Naga merchant. You asked to know what's going on. Okay, so there are a lot of things. So we have to go and talk to that guy. Tell that friend of ours, Juhi, what was happening. We also need to tell the aunt something. Where is the aunt anyway? Oh, aunt is on the other side. And we need to show the Naga merchant some of dad's handiwork. Okay, there is the Naga merchant. Was there anything you wanted? No, I have a toy to show you. This is exceptional craftsmanship. Has your father considered selling these in the city? We could make a handsome profit. He just can't go in the city. He's peasant caste. He's got to stay here and work the land. Ah, then your father's gift are wasted here. Tell me where he is and I'll buy as many as he's got on him. I regret that I won't be back here for many months. Okay, so did we complete the task? No, nothing. So did we... Okay, we did the task. The toy maker. Gave the merchant a sample toy. Was pleased with them and didn't seem to understand why my father wasn't making them for a living. How do you explain something like that? Someone who comes from an empire without caste. People, locations, Taxila. Lakshmi's caste. The country, the village, and the village, the city. Okay, so now that was an easy enough task. Now let's go and talk to that guy. No, there's also the aunt we have to talk to. And now we're gonna see strange coins, the likes of which you didn't see before a few years ago. Okay, where is... You are here. This is the Naga merchant. This is Dee. This is aunt. Okay, we have to talk to aunt, then to that guy, Hanu. Okay, so aunt is here, sitting down. You know, I love your uncle dearly, but one of these days he's gonna make me whack him upside the head with a shovel. You know what he's been telling me? He's been telling me we shouldn't go to Lakshmi's temple and get the food we need for your wedding feast. Like we're going to celebrate your new life with some ground goat rinds and soggy rice. Don't you worry, he's got another thing coming. Maybe we should talk this out. Please, don't you start on me too. This isn't going to have This isn't just about having grand feast, we have a right to demand extra food from the stockpiles. We grow that food, we follow Lakshmi's order, we don't ask much at all. When we have a wedding, we have the right to go right up to her door and say, here's what we need. Lakshmi's husband never turned us down, not once. Maybe he grumbled, but when his people came back out, they were ready to approve everything we needed. Let's be a bit worried here, because we were clear that Lakshmi was a not very nice person, let's say. You know what? Lakshmi should try to punish a peasant for asking for a wedding feast. This place would turn on her in an instant. People are too afraid of Lakshmi and her men. They don't understand how the balance of power really works. They have spears, that's how it works. Maybe you are right. Auntie, please, I want you to promise me you won't beg Lakshmi for extra food. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, I'll be good, but only because you're my favorite niece. She's probably the only niece. So that should make Uncle happy. Now where is that idiot boy? Anu's mother. Yep. Let's talk to the mom. Please just go talk to my son. Try to make it work. Okay, where is he? Where is the idiot? Anu's father. What are you doing here? It's my son you're marrying, not me. I don't want to talk to you. Good to know. What a bastard. So where is this son? Where is he hiding? Is he inside? Nope. So it looks like the dad is the abusive kind and the son is the idiot kind. This is it. That's the idiot you're supposed to marry. Okay, talk to him. You don't tell me you're Tanya. You sound so disappointed. I can't believe this. You're not merchant caste. You're not a family friend. You're not even pretty. Why is my father doing this to me? I know I'm not eager about this either. You're stuck with this marriage one way or the other. Let's be adults about this. So this is how you're going to be about it. Good to know. Just leave me alone. If this is going to be the rest of my life, let me spend my last few days in peace. Seriously. Here, take this. My mother told me to give this to you as a wedding present. That's it. Give the merchant a Sam. Okay, now that's the toy maker. He's worse. My mother wants me to go back to her and tell her everything's fine, but if I do that, I'm doing myself to a lifetime of misery. Am I ready for that? Someone's got to have some advice for me. Maybe talk to your friend. She seems to be the only person interested. Let me quickly save. The game has crashed once already. You just need to be safe. Battered old handmade necklace. Well worn, well loved. Okay. So, who should we talk to? Someone's got to have some advice. There is the uncle, there is the aunt. My aunt and uncle are not interested in chatting. They are only interested about the wedding feast. Naga merchant. Harish. Who is Harish? Let's see. Since we are around the corner, let's see who this Harish guy is. Is this Harish? No. Harish? Harish. Tanya, you read all sorts of things. I know you do. I've seen you go at it. What do you know of medicine? What? Nothing. I know enough to know Radha's cures aren't good for much. But besides that, who's Radha again? Who's Radha? Radha was that woman we spoke at the start of this thing. You look awful. Is something wrong? No, what was I thinking? Of course you can't help me. You're just a girl. You're useless. I'm useless. Lakshmi is useless. Harish, calm down. Tell me what's wrong. My son is dying. I've watched him die for almost a week. Helpless, hopeless. Knowing that Lakshmi keeps the best doctor in Bhimra in her home, not 100 feet away. My son is shriveling and sweating his life away. and I can't do nothing. Oh Harish, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do. Maybe if you threw yourself, she might help you. I have my family to think of. Lakshmi keeps her servants close and guards them as she'd guard her jewels. The woman has a stone for a heart and poison for blood, and if she saw me pleading with her doctor, who knows what she'll do. I can't take that risk, not even for my only son. And then I'll speak with the doctor. I have little enough to lose. It's all down to fate now. There might be another way. Have you heard of Ranveer? Oh no. Ranveer, the man in the city who gives out medicine. Isn't Ranveer the man who's the priest? And then I'll speak with the doctor. Should we go with defiant or thoughtful? Let's go with defiant. You are young and betrothed. Your whole life ahead of you. Do you appreciate what consequences might have? You could lose your head. Lakshmi might strike at your family. Trust me on this one. Alright, if I can't stop you, I can't stop you. But do not, for the sake of my family, say that I put you up to this. If anyone asks, I was your idea and your idea alone. Tell him my boy has been sick for nearly a week. He's sweating and his flesh burns to the touch. His neck and his groin have swollen up. Ooh. And every time we feed him, he retches the food back up. Tell him all that. His groin has swollen up. Ugh. So we are picking up more quests than we can handle at this point. Mandeep, Pile, who are these guys? So this is where the doctor is, right? Harish's son. So we are picking up side quests. I don't know if we missed any in the start when we were doing the Naga thing. Let's go down here and see what's happening. Merchant trader. Dheer, who's Dheer? Okay, speak to him, man. Hey Tanya, getting ready for the wedding? How have you been lately? Can't complain, no money, not a lot of food, but at least things are peaceful. Nothing more important than that. Don't see you much around much. Your family's been pretty frugal. Any chance you're here to throw a little custom my way? Could be. Not right now, perhaps later. Okay, so it was just a chit chat. Now what we should do is we should sort out a couple of quests. Maybe the doctor thing, or we go and talk to, this is the guard. He's wary, so let's see what he has to say. Double patrol duty at this hour and your prisoners think we've got a real hard job. Pile, who's Pile? Tanya, I read the poem you gave me. I mean, there's a word here and there I didn't get, but that's great to hear. Keep it down. Lakshmi never said we weren't allowed to learn reading, but better be safe than sorry. You know, I might not be around to teach you anything. You'll have to find someone else to know how to read. You're getting married. I want to get married. Can't wait to find out who my husband is. You know, I don't think I'll ever really felt that way. Do you think that's weird? Is there anybody that you want to marry? Me too. Yeah, good luck with that. And Mandeep, who's Mandeep? We have to find Mandeep. Mandeep. Any Mandeeps around here? And this is the guard. The way the map is laid out, it's not exactly how it appears on the map. Fissured rocks, what is this? We can't do anything with that. Could be something hiding under there, like a small treasures or something. Okay, this is Mandeep. Lost in his workplace, you know mind. Excuse me, hello, I'm standing here. Clear throat, okay. Yes, I take it Lakshmi needs me. Yes, there's a child she needs you to take a look at. He has a disease she doesn't want spreading. Sick child needs you. Come with me, I'll take you to him. I know this is a little, but couldn't you look into, there's a child who's taking. So this is the doctor. I thought we might have some trouble getting to him. What do you mean? Whatever Lakshmi finds for me to do. Right now I'm determining the ideal diet for the elderly mother. Tomorrow I'm going up to the city to buy ingredients for medicine. You don't need to know that if it's for... Believe me, she makes every coin of my fee count. Are you really satisfied that you have the power to cure the sick and you are content running errands? Let's accuse him. Maybe get to his conscience. Perhaps you don't understand. Lakshmi has always been extremely clear about what my purpose on her land is. From the moment I took her coin and until the day I leave, I am to have only one care in this life, and that was keeping her mother alive and healthy. That means her servancy to all of my needs. That means I don't have to, and I in fact cannot take on other jobs. And that means I don't go around catching diseases of peasant children that I may pass on to her own flesh and blood. Just go with the accusatory and see if it changes his mind. Yes, Lakshmi's mother is important. Listen, those are my orders, and so that's it. What do you want me to tell you? Clearly came to the wrong person. Please, isn't there something you can do? Anything at all? This is what's like to be a doctor, huh? You are just like a peasant in nice clothes. Got my instructions, you got yours. Now if you don't stop bothering me, I'll call the guards over, and they forgot the hour. Let them do their job. At least they seem to enjoy it. So I think the kid is going to die because we couldn't get the thingy. Okay, so I think we have to tell the bad news to the father because his son is not going to make it, unfortunately. We couldn't help him out. Feel bad, but nothing we can do. Yeah, so this game doesn't, give you a nice easy way out. Sorry my friend, I have some bad news. My son is dying, but I'm grateful that you tried to help. It's hard to know that people who can help my son won't give him a second thought. Those were with power never bend to help those without, do they? Can only hope the gods are humbler than men. Okay, so his quest is done, although we couldn't do anything about it. So we've done the doctor quest. And what other quest did we have? We also did another quest about talking to the aunt about the wedding. Now we need to sort out the main quest, which is this marriage thing. Who is this? Villager, guard. What are you doing? No going to city for peasant. We must starving. Go grow something, you lazy rat. So which way did we wander? We need to go here. See, the map is a bit confusing. Villager. Okay, that's her friend. Did you talk to Hanu? He's terrible, isn't he? Can you imagine spending your life with him? Who knows what he's capable of? It seems miserable. On the other hand, he might be the best choice. He's a merchant. You're right. I've got to find a way out of this. Come on, think. There's got to be something you can do. I guess I could just run away. I'm going to need to think about this. I don't know. Who could even go to advice about this? Yeah, that Radha would just tell you why not to do it. I don't know. But look, just let me know if you think of something. I don't want to see you having to go through this. I think our best bet is that merchant. We could ask him to smuggle us out of the city. But he might not like it. Okay, so Radha and father. And where is the quest leading us? We have to talk to someone, so let's talk to her. Tanya, I didn't much like the man I was arranged to marry either. Thought he was a wild bastard who wouldn't know gentleness if it bit him on the ankle. Cried every night for a week before we were married, and you know what happened? He died of bowel disease after 10 years, and I have been free ever since. Thanks, Dada. I didn't know what I was supposed to do to get out, but thanks. She wants to kill her husband. Only that you don't know how things are going to turn out. I'm sure marrying that Hanu boy seems like the end of the world, but trust me, for a strong-willed woman, there will always be moments of respite. Who knows, maybe you'll even get to like the kid. Maybe you'll even him out some. Or maybe he doesn't want a strong-willed woman. I don't see anything giving me much of a choice. Anyone giving me much of a choice. I hope he does. That's where the strong will comes in. Do you really think I've got a chance at making him better? I just don't know. That's not a lot to stake my future on. Or he beats me lifeless, rather. Are you going to promise me that won't happen? No. She's not promising, like he will beat you senseless. You know, it happens sometimes. Sometimes the village does something about it. Sometimes the village ignores it. I can't tell you if the day will come, and I can't tell you what to do if it does. All I can say is that you only ever had a few choices to make. Sometimes matches work, sometimes they don't. Do the best you can with what you get. Lemon, lemonade. Life gives you lemon, you make lemonade. So what now? Talk to the parents now? I've spoken to Hanu myself. I know he is in the gentlest soul or the kindest. Don't tell anyone I said this, but in the plain truth is he's not half as smart as you are either. But a wise man once said there's no such thing as fair marriage. In my eyes, there's not a single boy in the village worthy of you. At least Hanu's birth will give you opportunities. I really think this is a good idea. Please don't try to make me feel better about this. Let's go with thoughtful here. I do. I think if a clever girl like you and a willful boy like Hanu can't make a life out of a merchant caste standing, no one can. You're smarter than a lot of people give you credit for. You know how to use the power you've got. Marriage gives a woman a certain kind of leverage. In time, you'll see what I mean. I promise. What about the mother? She's a... Are you ready to accept the marriage? Let's go with like the middle. Take what time you need, but know that whatever you do, the outcome will be the same. So now what? You tell her friend? So what do you think you're going to do? I'm going to steal a horse tonight, that's that. Okay, let's do the horse stealing, yeah. Although we can't change our decision, so we'll have to go with this, whatever happens. You could steal a horse and get out of here, Tanya. I can't believe you've never thought of it. Don't you see? We can both get out of here, you and me tonight for good. No, you'd be risking your life, and for what? Slow down. If we both did, we need supplies. Aha, we need to steal supplies as well. Okay, let's get adventuring. I can steal some stuff from my house, but you're right, we could use money. Do you know where the dowry is kept? Yeah, it's kept in Lakshmi's house in her vaults. If we get caught taking, it's all over. It's not worth the risk. The money belongs to my parents. I'm not going to steal it. Yeah, probably not. It was just an idea. Anyway, whenever you've got things ready, go get things staged in the stables. You can get me when night falls. Good luck. So these are the stables. I told Juhi I was going to take my chances outside the village. She insisted that I grab supplies first, which was a good idea, and I take her with me. So they're both running away. We are going with the running away option. So we go to the stables now. Shouldn't we wait for night before doing this? Inside the strongest. Okay, leave. Wait until nightfall and then flee the village alone with no supplies. Wait until nightfall, then flee with the village with Juhi and no supplies. How do I get the supplies? Maybe buy something? Just go to that Naga guy. Okay, let's go and see this guy. We sold the toy, maybe he might give him. A few blankets, we've ruined some of ours. Father's been looking out for an area map. A gift to Hanu's father, I think. Provisions. How about some of that dried meat? Ours never turns out as good as yours. No, nothing. Okay, let's get some provisions. How much money do we have? So get some bedding as well. Okay, so I remember seeing that rock. Maybe we can find something there. Nah. I'm pretty sure there's something here. We are short of money. Why don't we just sell the necklace? I don't know if we can do that. Let's try. This is the doctor. The foolish doctor. We have the traders. So we can't do anything with these guys. What about this guy? Leave. I wanted to sell him something if that was possible. Okay, we took provisions. I think that's all we can do for now. Let's see if we can get some bedding. Okay, let's see if we can buy the map. Okay. Anyway, we got food, so I think we should try and see if we can survive with just the food. Maps could be useful, I suppose. And okay, let's wait until nightfall, then flee the village. Let's flee with the friend. The two of you flee that night. You learn together that two riders attract more attention than one, and that riding is not nearly so easy as it looks. From the moment you hear the alarm raised, you know that this might not end well for one or both of you. Whatever fate you meet, you hope you only that you go to meet it together. You are Asha. You are supposed to be dead. Bhimra believes the royal family was killed by slum riders, but Asha knows better. At Vijay's order, his confidant, the royal spy, struck the blow that slew her parents. Aha! Shyam's mercenary prevented the rest of the retinue from escaping. Asha was small and quick enough to escape into the slums. Her old allies, the people she trusted. She's alone for a few years. She has been alone. Okay, so it seems that the royal family and the Naga ambassador were killed by Vijay and the royal spy. So it was a coup of sorts. We sort of guessed that. So anyway, so what I'll do now is I'll stop the recording here because we finished that peasant girl marriage questline, and I'll continue this in the next video. So thank you for watching and hope you're enjoying this so far. It's interesting. It's more of a telltale type game rather than an RPG as such. So anyway, see you in the next one.